Hey there, Lysa Allman-Baldwin here, and I wanted to talk to you today about healing and moving forward. I often tell people this story about the time that I got in a bike accident and I broke my elbow. Let me tell you, it was lots of drama and it was just not what I planned for that day. I had left my house, I was riding to the gym, it was my happy place. Get to be out in fresh air, and I came across some gravel in the road and went through the gravel and went over the handlebars and landed on my elbow. I ended up breaking my elbow. So needless to say, I had to call the ambulance and had to go to the hospital. And at the time, I thought I just broke my arm and they were going to reset it and send me home. But no, I broke my elbow. First time I ever broke a bone ever. So I had to have surgery right away, and it was a mess. It was a mess. Sent me home, and I'm all drugged up, and my arms wrapped from my shoulder to my wrist. I can't do anything. And it just spiraled me into my old childhood stories of, how stupid were you? Why did you have to go a different way to the gym? If you had gone to the way you always go, you wouldn't have run into the gravel. And I have to depend on people. I had to depend on my kids to help me do everything, tying my shoes. I couldn't brush my hair because I couldn't do it with one hand. I couldn't cook anything because I couldn't hold a pot. I had a whole list of my low self-worth stories. But the thing about healing is when you heal one part of your life, you actually heal the other parts of your life. So everything is connected. Your health, your finances, your relationships, your career and creative self-expression, your spiritual awareness, everything is connected. And if one of them is suffering a little bit of a setback or a big problem, the other ones are suffering in some way as well. We might not be able to see it at the time, and it might be something that we're not aware of, but it is affecting everything. So when you heal one area, you're strengthening and healing another area. So if you have a relationship with someone, could be a friend, could be a relative, could be a significant other that's experiencing a challenge, you can only do your best to try and make it better. Obviously, there's another person involved that they need to take ownership in it as well. But if you can, even if it's just forgiveness on your part, that can heal other areas of your life. If you are undergoing financial challenges, some of that we're not all in charge of, especially through this pandemic. We've lost jobs, we have lost clients, different things like that. But do the best that you can, do a step at a time. And that is healing, that is moving forward. If you are experiencing a spiritual challenge, maybe things that are going on in your life are very challenging for you to hold the high watch and know that everything is going to be okay. Reaching out to someone, watching a lesson, if you are a spiritual or religious person on a church, speaking to a therapist, everything is healing and helping you move forward. And since everything is connected, it really helps all the other areas of your life. So don't take all the things in your life that are going wrong as failures. Take them as opportunities to look for different ways that you can try and heal them and move forward. I know it was a hard road for me when I broke my elbow. That was not what I planned, and it was worse than I could have possibly imagined. But I tell you, the people that stepped up for me to help me, people came and helped me cook. People came and drove me to the doctor. They took my kids to school and to camp at the time. They were small kids. There were so many opportunities that people wanted to be of service to me that it was just wonderful. So yes, I was not planning on breaking my arm, and it was awful and it hurt. And there was a lot of healing physically to go through for that. But people were there for me, and I learned other ways to do things with one hand. I typed with one hand as much as I could. I just had to learn and change. So that's my word for the day, is healing. I hope you have a wonderful time on your healing journey.